Madelia is small town America. It's the best of small town America. You have your grocery store, you have your clinic, you have your hospital. We have a hardware store, we have the lumber yard, and a flower shop. After, if you're not sure what the fire was all about, that was a miracle in itself, because why would anybody build million-dollar buildings back in a small community that they're never gonna have recoup that money back? But they did. I never thought I'd be the director of the chamber. I like the mom and pop idea. I like the independent retailer. I was raised on a farm. My dad was a farmer. He came from what traditional farming, as I know it, was, where you had a little bit of everything. You know, pigs, sheep, cows. You raised some crops, and you had gardens, and you were more of a sustainable farmer. Friday or Saturday night was the night the stores were open, and that was the night everybody came to town, did your shopping. The theater was going back then too. We had a bowling alley, and we have all those things yet today. On February 3rd, I woke up and my phone was filled with messages, and I normally turn my phone off at night because, you know, it's like, what could happen? There was a snowstorm going on, the roads were closed. I took a step out my back door, and I live a block from Main, and there was a fire on Main Street, and it took 8 buildings. It was, oh. 8 buildings destroyed, 9 businesses lost, and if you keep multiplying, 15 to 20 people that worked at each one of those businesses, 150 people lost their jobs.
And no lives were lost.
No lives were lost, which was amazing. We gathered at City Hall, and we started working on a plan how we could best work together to help the firefighters at the time, because that was the main issue, is to help them contain the fire. A couple of the buildings were actually destroyed to save the rest of the downtown area, because the buildings are all connected together. Well, at first I think it was a huge shock and a loss, but it also showed how no matter what the situation here in Madelia is, people start looking for solutions. They looked at it, how can we help and move and do what we need to do to have the right outcome of this as quickly as possible.
As soon as we heard about the fire, we really tried to figure out how we could coordinate different resources and work with our federal, state partners and area legislators. It was apparent that a plan would be needed to help the community and to look at how the community could respond to what we would define as an economic shock. In this case, it was the fire burning down the businesses in the downtown. By creating an economic resiliency plan, that was what we were really looking to do, is how to help the community respond from this economic shock, but then also look at what other shocks could happen in the future and how to be more resilient to be able to respond to those types of shocks. By being a development commission, part of the work that we do is always tied back to our CEDS, our Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy. And by being a development commission, really the work that we do is looking at how we can help strengthen our regional economy. And so that's specifically laid out in our CEDS. And so there's different goals and strategies within our CEDS, such as helping communities be able to respond to different economic shocks like the Madelia fire. And so again, having the CEDS as our kind of framework, or almost our strategic plan for the organization, it helps really define the role that we can play as a development organization for our local communities.
We were given opportunities to make us a better place. And if we want to continue to grow, it's just like any good strategy. You need to continue to be planning and thinking ahead. We're not people that are wanting to be millionaires. We just want a good life. We just want to be able to walk down our streets and not worry about crime or violence. Or we say hi to everybody, even if we don't know them. You know, it's sort of like the old, how many different ways do you wave to a farmer? You know, that's kind of what rural America is. We wave at everybody.